Well, the White House appears to be reversing course after the president vowed to shut down the government over border wall funding. Congress has until midnight on Friday to pass a spending bill to keep parts of the government running. For days, the president has been in a standoff with Democrats over his demand for $5 billion for the border wall. But today, Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders said that there was room for compromise.
We have other ways that we can get to that $5 billion, that we will work with Congress if they will make sure that we get a bill passed that provides not just the funding for the wall, but there's a piece of legislation that's been pushed around that Democrats actually voted 26-5 out of committee that provides roughly $26 billion in border security, including $1.6 billion for the wall. That's something that we would be able to support as long as we can couple that with other funding resources that would help us get to the $5 billion. At the end of the day, we don't want to shut down the government. We want to shut down the border from illegal immigration, from drugs coming into this country, and make sure we know who's coming and why they're coming. And that's what the president is focused on. And he's not going to back down until he gets what he needs to make sure the people of this country are protected.
Joining me now, Franco Ordonez is a White House correspondent for McClatchy News. So, Franco, 2 days ago, Stephen Miller said that they would absolutely shut down the government over funding for that border wall. A week ago, the president said this.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down. And I'm going to shut it down for border security.
But we believe you should.
Where does the White House stand on this?
Well, I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, it's quite a turn of events. Obviously, Republicans have been pushing very hard at the White House to try to prevent a shutdown. It seems like that they may have gotten to the president. Sarah Sanders, comments this morning that they're looking for other avenues to fund certainly shows that the White House is backing down on this. Absolutely proud to force a shutdown.
A poll this week, Franco, found that 54% of Americans don't even want to shut down. This would actually be the third shutdown this year. Is this something that could come and bite the president back politically? Is the White House concerned about that?
I think they absolutely are concerned about that. I don't think they would have backed down if they weren't. Obviously, in today's day, everything that we see is in the prism of politics. 2020 is certainly on the minds of everyone. The president doesn't want to be blamed for the shutdown, and he obviously took responsibility if there would be one. The fact that they're pulling back now, I think they put out their best argument over the weekend. You pointed out Stephen Miller's comments, and they seem to see that it wasn't necessarily working. Democrats have no incentive to work with the president and give him a political win. So here you go.
So Sanders said that there were some other avenues to getting that funding for the border wall. What would those be?
She revealed some information about congressional appropriations. She said that they'll be looking into it, but she does feel that there are legal avenues to do this. I can guarantee in this room that there will be a lot of reporters asking that exact question to find out more information about how they could actually get that money for the wall. I mean, $5 billion, it's a lot of money, and it'll be very interesting to see if they can get that.
Sanders also said they've been in constant communication with lawmakers. I want to play for you what Republican Senator John Kennedy had to say.
If the White House has a plan, they're keeping it to themselves. I really hate to go through a shutdown. I think we need to try to do better than that, and I really am.
These are Republican lawmakers. Why are they so unsure about the White House plan?
I mean, the White House, as it is at times, has been a bit radio silent with many Republicans. It's hard to get information out of this White House, even for members of their own party. It's a fascinating thing that you have Republican leaders who are unclear about where the White House stands, and this type of conversation is something that we have seen time and time again. But today, obviously, the White House is speaking out about this and indicating that they're going to keep their gunpowder dry.
Franco, you wrote on Monday, and I'm quoting here, that corporate leaders across America watching President Trump's fight with Democrats fear that their chances of securing the newly revised trade agreement with Mexico and Canada is slipping away. You actually go on to say that it's actually nearing panic. Would a compromise alleviate that panic?
I think compromise would alleviate some of that panic. I mean, a lot of that concern came out of the that extraordinary 17-minute meeting with Pelosi and Schumer. It just showed how far apart the two sides are. The shutdown, or the potential of a shutdown, was something that increased that panic. But even if there is no shutdown now, and they punt this for a couple months, that divisiveness is not going to go away. We could be facing the same situation in just a few weeks from now. That only adds to the tensions.